meet users and market needs. As the founder of digital technology startup, Epaphras combines lean startup principles with user-centered design to craft scalable solutions in fast-moving industries. His approach is informed by real-world business challenges, market insights, and a deep understanding of how design drives growth. Thank you so much. It's good to have you join the program.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I think I should start with asking you, how do you maintain a consistent brand identity and a predictable user interface when an AI is personalizing the actual features and user workflow for each person?
Thank you. So the beauty of AI is that it's not our enemy and is not here to, to take our jobs or to become the designer, but it's just here to help us learn or become more aware of things that we might be missing. So for consistency, I would say we need to first treat every product as a brand. If we can lay that foundation that we are building a product and the product is also representing something, then we can, that consistency will be there. If that brand, making sure that it's a brand, people can align with it. The colors are, is there. The font aligns with what the users are expecting. So, for instance, looking at Netflix, it's being personalized for different people. When you go on my own, when I go on my own page, I see a different thing. When you go on your own page in Netflix, you see a different thing. It means that the data, what you watch, is personalized for you. But the fact remains that it is not leaving the part of the brand. So Netflix, the colors is still the same on your own page. It's still the same feeling on my own page. So every product should identify itself also as a brand. When we see that, then there will be consistent production, or there will be consistent, content delivery, and which AI also can help us to do, because we are not in competition with AI. We are just in collaboration with it. It's just for us to make sure that we can work together in partnership with AI. That's it.
I like that. Not in competition with AI, because that fear around the world.
Yeah.
Is it going to take our jobs and all of that is something that everyone keep asking every day. And you think that will not happen, right?
No, I honestly feel it will not happen. It's just going to enhance how we do things better.
Thank you so much. Then let's move ahead now. Beyond analytics, what other usability testing methods do you think can be used to measure if product design is actually building brand loyalty?
Right. So what analytics helps us to understand is what people do, like how how they interact with that product. So, but what loyalty, brand loyalty, helps us to understand is how people feel about your product. So that would help them to know if they should keep coming, to use the product, or they will go find another person. So if we look at the method, so I would say considering long-term, user interview, you want to at every point in time be in communication with your users, because you want to know what maybe there is need for new features, or there is need for new version of the product, because if they are getting tired of the product, they will opt to another one. So if there is that constant conversation, having your questionnaires being sent at all times, just to gather your data, to know how to measure and to make informed decisions on what to do per time. So that will help the brand loyalty. If that is in place, and you see that people will be interested in that product, and they can also leverage on that product, and even transferring, the awareness of that product to others, and making sure that people are interested in that. So brand loyalty is important, and also analytics is important, because you want to know what exactly is going on. You want to see the traction, you want to see the result that is being generated. So brand loyalty is very important, as well as analytics.
Getting more interesting now. When a new UI or interaction trend goes viral, how do you as a product designer decide whether to adopt it for a quick engagement boost versus protecting your product's long-term usability and, of course, unique brand identity?
Yeah. So the thing is, it depends on whether the trend will help or is going to distract.
Okay.
So we don't want to lose focus of the brand identity. So we cannot just jump on every viral trend, because we want to. The question we want to ask is this going to my user going to enjoy it? Or is this going to speak the language of my brand? Because you don't want to lose your brand messaging. You don't want to lose the tone at which you are speaking or to your user. So we can not just jump on every viral trend, but we need to. They can be adopted if it fits with the brand. It can be adopted and it can be used in different ways, and just to make sure that things work in for the long time of that product. Yeah. So I think, it depends on what the trend is. If it's going to help, good. But if it's going to distract, then we don't need to jump on it.
I just want to follow up in my own thoughts. I'm thinking the impacts of AI itself on branding generally. What impact does it have directly?
So, for brands, what we are interested in is to ensure that it connects with our users. So if what we are producing does not connect, there is no reason for the product to be designed. Okay. There is no reason for the product to be developed. So we want to ensure that these connect, because as far as AI is important, I still will say that it does not have that human connection, and that is where a designer like me will come in to ensure that what AI has produced in terms of data or in terms of information, I am, as a designer, to be able to connect that with my skill to be to produce something very very good for users to be able to relate to it.
All right, clear. That's clear. But as AI generates entire users' flows and layouts, what is the unique value of a product designer, or what unique value does a product designer bring to building user empathy and, of course, brand trust?
So again, I would relate it to what I have said before. Okay. So AI is great at building what works, but it might not build what matters. So that is where you as a product designer connect it with what matters. And what matters is ensuring that you are not leaving the message of your brand. Because I said initially that we should always treat a product as a brand. If we treat a product as a brand, then we can make it connect with the users. So the question we want to ask is, does this feel trustworthy? Because the information that is generated, is it trustworthy? Now, as a product designer, you want to ensure that that information is trustworthy. So is it inclusive? These are the questions we want to ask. As far as is giving us the user flows, the layout, you want to make sure that this is it very inclusive for people to use. For example, I'm going to say an example. So we once changed a payment checkout screen to a clearer security messaging, and that's not because the data told us. It's because people said they felt anxious checking out. So that's the designer's role, making sure that the AI is built still, for humans to feel it. So it's built to ensure that humans use it, to their best, right?
Now, what core product design skills like system thinking or user research will be most critical for building brands in the age of AI?
So I think system thinking will be huge. It's going to be a huge one, because AI helps us to create that moving parts. It helps us with the content, gives us the layout, gives us the features. Also, maybe at a larger scale. Then, as a designer, our job is to bring those pieces together, interpret it, and make it clear, make it consistent as well, so that the experience can be, can be friendly. So we, for instance, thinking about Airbnb and the product. So we have different people listing their product or listing their services on that product. So it's different prices, different photos of that product or of the services rather, but there is a consistent flow of that, of what it looks, of how the product looks. So people can see, and they are not, there is no distortion. What they see here is what they see in the next. So there is that flow, and that is how we need to think. Building that strong brand in this era, we also need to partner. Like I said, we need to partner with AI. We need to ensure that AI is our friend, if I'll say that. We need to make it work for us, if I would, put it that way.
Looking ahead, I know there are a lot of positives, of course, around AI and all of that. Yeah, what are you thinking? Let me say, you're in the United Kingdom, and many would say a developed nation, other than us. We are here in Nigeria. So putting back to what more do you think needs to be done, maybe for a country like Nigeria, and what is the outlook for you for the positives around AI moving forward?
So the positives are there. But also we need to be careful of how we use and manage it, because the aspect of security, is what, when I mean security, data security, is what we need to start putting into action. So because it is an artificial intelligence, from the word artificial, so it is not 100% a real information. It is our job to to interpret it and make it speak the human language and make it feel like human. So we need to ensure, we need to be very, very careful of how it's being used. I think that even generally, it's not even about being in the UK or Nigeria, everywhere, because it's a global tool now. It's not central to UK or central to Nigeria. So it's a global tool. So we all need to be careful. We all need to use it in the right way. And what I would add or suggest is that there should be new innovations. When there are new innovations, on how the tool is being effectively used, then we will get to understand that the AI is what we are really looking to use in this era. So so I think we should be very careful of how we manage and use artificial intelligence.
All right, then finally for me, tech in general, tech advancement in general. What's your assessment of, should I say Nigeria now? We're trying to improve our connectivity. There are still challenges. What would you advise? Because, of course, we know that's the way to go. But what would you advise, if you ought to advise, talking about tech advancement across the board? So
apart from being a product designer, I'm also an educator.
Great.
Where I try to, train people. So what I've been doing, over the period is to ensure that our young people understand digital technology. So if we start from there, because, and we know this is the future, we know the future is tech, we know the future, is not just artificial intelligence, the future is the world of tech. So if we know that, then we need to start helping our young people to understand how to, maximize the opportunities ahead of them. So I think that is, for me, that is, as speaking from the education now, I think it is important that we start infusing trainings, workshops, at a very large scale, so that people get to know what is ahead of us, right? And also the government, I know the government is really putting much effort, especially with the Minister of Technology, doing a lot to ensure that things work well in tech. So there should be more awareness, I would say. Tech summits are all around just for new innovation. So for me, I have chosen my path to ensure that this training for young people, they can, get to understand what tech is, how it will benefit them, and how they can transition or look into, making a career out of it. And I think, yes, that will help us in the long term.
Mr. Epaphras Adelabi, thank you so much. Product designer. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Joining us from the UK. We hope to have you again for this chat or something around this very soon. It's really interesting talking to you, I must say. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.